Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I hope you all had an amazing week. Mine was kind of tough, but it is what it is. In the last video, I just delivered the canned sardines from Munich to the airport in Bishkek, and I found the service station, took a rest there. And looking at Bishkek, I guess one of these two question marks should be a truck dealer. Wanna go there and check some trucks. If there is something interesting, I might buy it. We have some money now, so why not? In the end, this is the longest routes career, and once I take a job, until I finish, I'm stuck with that truck. And it's a really long distance, so it's plenty of time driving the same truck, and after each one, we could actually buy another one, change the truck, or make some upgrades to get some refreshment maybe. We still have Norris with us as our truck driver. There hasn't been another F1 race in between, so we are keeping him with us. Also, there hasn't been an update to the mods I'm expecting. That means I'm still playing the older version of the game and older versions of the mods that still work with it. Now I want to go ahead and turn left, but GPS is suggesting that I should go right and make a U-turn from somewhere. I hope it's not too far away, but I guess it's taking me till the airport's entry again. Just got back to the same intersection. It was completely unnecessary retour there. I could just go ahead and turn left and that would be it. Anyway. Here we are, and it's not even clear which truck company it is. Let's see. It's a Scania dealership. Well, let's see what we have here. This one is not that interesting. And yeah, what I feared is actually true. Still too low level to purchase any of the others. They are not available, so tough luck. Maybe we can find something secondhand. But first, let's discover this recruitment agency. Maybe we can buy some cheap trucks and hire some drivers. Where is it? Yeah, recruitment agency. We discovered a few of them. Without a truck, we can't hire a driver, can we? Let's look at the trucks first. These ones are really battered, though quite cheap on the other hand. And these ones are a little too expensive. 112,000. Right in between there is one or two reasonable ones, but mostly either too expensive to be able to hire 2 drivers and therefore purchase 2 trucks, and some others I don't know how much will they cost to repair. They are pretty cheap, actually dirt cheap, but I don't know if it would be a good decision. Let's look further. There's only just one. I think I'm gonna get one of these cheaper ones. Yeah, this one seems nice. Uh-oh. Okay, we don't have any free spot in the garage. Can we upgrade the garage at least? Not there. Garage manager. Yeah, we have only the one in Munich, the poor little place. Can we upgrade it? No. So we can't do anything. We can't upgrade the garage. We can't open any space and buy some used trucks and hire some drivers and let them make money for us. None of that is available at this stage, so we will have to make some more deliveries and level up to be able to get all those things sorted out. By the way, did you notice how much trash is around? They went the extra mile, took their time and placed all this trash on the ground. Whoever developed this part of the map, I mean, that car there is pretty cool. I mean, if you were in Bishkek, probably you would see such vehicles around, Soviet stuff, but look at the trash. Holy cow. They really wanted to make it as accurate as possible, I guess, but the trash was maybe a little unnecessary. Anyways, it looks like we'll have to make some more deliveries before moving forward with any of those plans, like buying a truck and hiring a driver and so on. So let's go get something. I couldn't buy a new truck, but I want something new. I saw this service station nearby. I'm gonna go look at some parts and see what's available. Change the truck's looks a bit, maybe. We got some parts. The truck is looking slightly better. We don't have much. No lights, no nothing. And hear that. It sounds funny. But on the interior, we got ourselves the Darth Vader and Rey Skywalker and a German Shepherd. So we have a dog with us. Norris doesn't have to be lonely anymore. I couldn't change much, but still it looks way better than before. I like that. A little improvement, nonetheless. I'm kinda surprised that with level 12 there is still no lights available. I wasn't expecting that. But anyways, we should get a job now. It looks like there is no real long distance job offer. We will take one of the shorter ones and get to the end of this part of the map. Actually, we can go into China. This one is interesting.
China.
We can go to China and find something really long distance from there, maybe. And we don't have to come back this way again. We have already seen most of what this region offers, so yeah, let's take this one, a short one in between, because all the other ones we are just going back the way we came and they are not really long distance, so this one makes sense. Let's go. Please excuse my French, but this is truly retarded. We just came out of that road on the left and it looks like we just had to go across the street to this company and we had to go all the way around the city like it's a whole roundabout. Entire city is a roundabout. Someone needs to fix this. If you find yourself going in the wrong direction in this city, you can't just make a U-turn without seeing the whole city. That's just stupid. If I knew how it's done, I would really do it, but I don't, unfortunately. All right. We are going to
China.
Our puppy looks okay, but Darth Vader looks pissed. I think he's also not happy with the traffic situation in this city. We should get out of here. Just adding one of these roundabouts in there would fix a lot of headache. And by the way, we are headed back to the same mountain pass. After that, we will be headed towards China. We will see some new places, but the first bit of the journey will be the same road as we came. We are just going back. The weather looks way better though. We definitely need some more power. This isn't even very heavy cargo. We are just carrying wool. I don't know how many tons of it, I didn't check, but we are definitely struggling. And we started struggling immediately again. I will have to fast forward this part at a higher pace, otherwise you will be watching me trying to climb this hill for about an hour with that engine noise on the background, which isn't pleasant. So yeah, let's move this. When we were headed to Bishkek, we came from the left here and we had to take a right turn. Now we are doing the opposite, headed to the tunnel. Once we are out of the tunnel, we will be going towards the Chinese border and we will be on some roads that we haven't been before. I don't think Darth Vader needs to sleep, but Norris does. So we should find a place, a rest station. Maybe I should turn this fatigue simulation off. It is happening quite frequently. We were rested, we just went around Bishkek to a few places, took the cargo, came through the mountains, and that's it. And we have to rest again. I don't get it. We have a gas station, we can rest here and maybe buy some gas as well. Let's see the price. It is still dirt cheap. Nice. We are also consuming less fuel now by 5% because we upgraded the eco driving skill. That will help a little. We woke up 3:40ish in the morning. It's dark, but I think it's okay because we are on the same road, the same route, the way we came towards Bishkek. At some point we will have to make a turn towards China, but so far we would be seeing the same places anyway. We are approaching this intersection where I'll have to turn left now. And from this point on, I think we will be on the roads which we haven't seen before. Meanwhile, I would like to give the answers to the questions from last week. The easy one was, which city has the highest French-speaking population in the world? And it is not Paris, it is Kinshasa. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Kinshasa from Democratic Republic of Congo. It is the third most populous city in entire Africa, and their official language is French, and the total population is 12.69 million people, in contrast to Paris, which is 12.1 million people. And the second question was, what is the highest point in the world? And normally everyone thinks of Mount Everest. And when I was asking the question, actually I made a mistake, which I repeated now again. It's not a point, because the shape of the world makes it so that even the highest mountain peak is not the highest point in the world. When you say highest point in the world, you will have to measure it from the center of the Earth. What is the longest distance from the center of the Earth to a point on the planet's surface? And that you would find around the equator. And instead of trying to explain it myself and mumbling stuff here, I will leave you with this explanation.
The highest spot on Earth is not Mount Everest, your book says. It's something else. What is it?
First, it's true not because my book says it, but simply because it's true. Okay, let's want to clarify that.
All right.
No, I mean, Earth, to the astrophysicist, we don't really care much about sea level.
No.
You want to be high, you're measuring your distance from the center of the Earth.
From the very center of the Earth.
Is that different from the center?
I'm trying to give it...
the very center of the Earth. I don't know how many centers you know of. Okay, the very center of the Earth.
The really very, very center
Yes.
of the Earth.
So you want to find the farthest point from that center. And it turns out sea level at the equator is farther away from the center of the Earth than sea level near the poles. It has nothing to do with global warming and melting of the ice caps.
Why is that?
Because Earth, we know it spins once a day. Yes, thank you. 3 people know how long a day lasts here.
Good for row number 2. They're off to a great start.
So you spin, you know, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out.
Yeah.
Gets wider in the middle. And so Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning. And it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate. And officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
Yeah.
So, it turns out the pear-shapedness is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level.
How much higher is the tall mountain that you identify in this book, which name I forget, and probably you do too, in Peru, or is it Ecuador?
Ecuador.
Ecuador. How much higher, if you were on top of this mountain in Ecuador, how much higher than the Mount Everest would you be?
There's a 20,000-foot mountain in Ecuador, which is right. Ecuador is like near the equator, hence Ecuador.
Oh, you're just not giving up.
And that mountain is actually, the summit of that mountain is 1 1/3 miles higher away from Earth's center than the summit of Mount Everest.
Okay.
There you have it. I guess it was a clear explanation, way better than I could ever imagine of doing so. Meanwhile, we crossed the first checkpoint and we are headed to the next one. And after that one, guess what? We are in China.
China.
I love them. China. China? China, China, China. I have to have my China. China, China, because China, 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 China. China, 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 China now, China, China. You know, China.
I know China very well.
Look at that thing. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, we are making some advertisement for Guinness here. I hope they don't mind it. If they send me a copyright claim or something, that would be also ridiculous. Just as ridiculous as that truck looks. I've been sharing information about all those countries we have been traveling through because they are relatively unknown countries and cultures, so I try to share interesting stuff about them. But when it comes to China, I don't think it's necessary. It's a well-known country, it's always on the news. So we will just try to enjoy the landscapes and try to visit those available cities on the map. And we will get out of here without getting into trouble. Especially no Winnie the Pooh jokes, please. You know, we don't want that kind and sweet person coming after us. Anyway, let me drop the next two questions. The first one, there are two islands somewhere out there which are just 3.8 kilometers or 2.4 miles apart from each other, but also 20 hours apart from each other. Do you know where they are and what their names are? And the second one is, there are three countries which are landlocked by just a single country. So there is one country which is landlocking three other countries. Do you know which one it is and which countries are landlocked by that country? So those two are the questions of the video, and as always the answers will be in the next one. However, this time it might take a little bit longer because I think I'll mix some Valheim videos in between, and I will be alternating between Valheim and ETS2, and maybe at some point mix some other games in there because why not? It's fun. And doing the same thing over and over gets boring at some point for everyone. So I think it's good to have variety. And by the way, while playing a game like Valheim, it will be definitely more about the gameplay, more about the things we do in the game than chatting with your trucker friend during a long journey, you know? Speaking of long trips, we are getting pretty close to the end of this one. We just need to move a little bit, get there and make some money. Let's go! That bus just went through the police car. What the heck? And why are they parked in the middle of the road like that? I almost crashed. Look at that. How close it is. And now almost touching the other one behind me. I don't want to cause any troubles. If you want to park in the middle of the road like that, have it your way. Let buses drive through you. That's okay. Just let me get out of here. I am just too close to my destination and I don't want to be messing around. We have to turn left here and then another left turn within 50 or less than 50 meters and we are done. I'm out of here. Alright, so this should get me to level 13, I guess. We will get another skill point for that and some money. Let's see. Yes. We're level 13. I think I will spend this one on something which I didn't develop yet. Maybe just in time or fragile. Yeah, let's go with fragile cargo. That's that. And with that, we finish this one here. I wish you all a great week. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.